Lecture 39 AC Series RLC Circuit. So the objective of this lecture is to combine R, L and C in series and understand the net reactance, that is XL minus XC, determine leading and lagging behavior, and introduce the resonance condition. So the circuit consists of a resistor, inductor and capacitor in series, and it is supplied by an AC voltage source whose instantaneous value is Vm cos omega t plus theta. So in order to apply KVL, we have to first convert instantaneous value into its corresponding phasors. A phasor V is simply equal to Vm e raised by j theta in pure mathematical terms, but in electrical terms, Vm is replaced by Vrms. So this phasor will be Vrms e raised by j theta. And on application of KVL, V will be simply equal to voltage across resistor plus voltage across inductor plus voltage across capacitor. Voltage across resistor is simply I into R. And in phasor diagram, if this phasor, that is this purple phasor, represents the current phasor, then VR will be simply in phase with the current phasor. The second one is VL is equal to IXL. The VL phasor simply leads the current by 90 degree, which is shown by this yellow phasor, it leading the current phasor by 90 degree. And VC is equal to IXC, it lags the current by 90 degree, which is shown by this blue colored phasor. So it is lagging the current by 90 degree. So the net reactive voltage Vx is simply equal to VL minus Vc. So from here Vx comes out to be VL minus Vc, and the resultant voltage V will be simply equal to VR square plus VL minus Vc square whole under root, which is given by this formula. Moving on to total impedance. So V is equal to VR plus VL plus Vc. V is equal to Iz, where Z is the total impedance of the circuit. VR is equal to IZR, VL is equal to IZL, and VC is equal to IZC. Cancelling out I from both sides, Z equal to ZR plus ZL plus ZC. So ZR is simply R, ZL is equal to J of XL, where XL is omega L, and ZC is equal to minus J of XC, where XC is simply 1 by omega C. Replacing these values in this equation, we get Z is equal to R plus J XL minus XC. So depending upon XL and XC values, there are three cases of operation. The first case, that is XL is greater than XC. So that means that the inductive reactance is higher, therefore the net effect will be inductive circuit. So the corresponding impedance triangle can be drawn something like this. Here the base represents R, the hypotenuse represents Z, and the perpendicular has two entities, that is XL in above direction and XC in downwards direction. Therefore the net X will be simply equal to XL minus XC, and since XL is greater than XC, therefore it will be in above direction. Therefore the net reactance Z is simply equal to R plus J of XL minus XC. Since the net reactance is in upward direction, therefore theta is positive, and from here we can say that in this condition current lags the voltage by an angle of theta. In second case, if the XC value exceeds the XL value, therefore the net reactance will be in downward direction and the corresponding angle will also be in negative sign. Therefore the impedance will be R minus J XC minus XL, angle is minus theta, and in this case current will lead the voltage by some angle theta. So the third case is if both entities are equal, XL is equal to XC. So putting this value in this equation, we get Z is simply equal to R, therefore the circuit becomes purely resistive and the current comes in phase with the voltage. So from this equation we can find out the magnitude, which is simply R square plus XL minus XC square whole under root, and theta is simply tangent inverse of XL minus XC divided by R. Now moving on to power factor. Power factor is simply cos of power factor angle, and that comes out to be R by Z from this impedance triangle. In case the circuit is inductive, the power factor is lagging. That means that current is lagging voltage by some angle. If the circuit is capacitive, the power factor is leading. That means that current is leading voltage by some angle. And at resonance, there is no reactive effect. Therefore, the power factor comes out to be cos of theta, that is cos of 0, which comes out to be equal to 1. So this resonance condition simply comes when XL is equal to XC. We know that XL is equal to omega L, XC is equal to 1 by omega C. From here, omega square is equal to 1 by LC, and omega is simply written as 2 pi f. So from here we can find out the frequency, which is called as resonant frequency, and this comes out to be 1 by 2 pi under root of LC. So at resonance we can say that Z becomes R purely resistive, which is minimum for the series circuit. Since the impedance is minimum, therefore I is equal to V by Z is maximum, and the power factor is 1 at resonance, and voltage and current are in phase. So the key insights inferred from this resonance condition is R controls the magnitude of current, L and C controls the phase, and the difference XL minus XC decides the behavior of the circuit. Let's solve this numerical to further understand the concepts. So in this numerical, a series RLC circuit is given, which is having a resistance of 10 ohms, inductance of 0.1 Henry, capacitance of 100 microfarad, connected to a 50 Hz supply of 100 volt magnitude. So let's start with the answer. So let's first try to find out XL. We know that XL is equal to omega L is equal to 2 pi FL. F is simply equal to 50 and L is equal to 0.1. So it comes out to be 31.42 ohms. Similarly, XC is equal to 1 by omega C. So that is 1 by 2 pi FC. So that is 1 by 2 pi into 50 into 100 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. And this simply comes out to be 31.83 ohms. Now Z, we know that Z is equal to R plus J of XL minus XC. So from here we can simply say that R is equal to 10 and J of XL, that is 31.42, minus of XC, that is 31.83, and this simply comes out to 10 minus J of 0.41 ohms. So this is a rectangular form. In order to convert it into polar form, we have to find out Z first. So mod Z is simply under root of 10 square plus 0.41 square. This comes out to be 10.01 ohms, and theta is equal to tangent inverse of XL minus XC divided by R. So that will be tangent inverse of minus of 0.41 divided by 10, and this comes out to be minus 2.35 degrees. So from here Z is simply equal to 10.01 angle of minus 2.35 degrees. Now we can find out I as well. So I is simply V by Z. Since the angle for V is not given, we will assume that it is 0, and angle of Z is minus 2.35. So that comes out to be 100 angle 0 divided by 10.01 angle of minus 2.35 degrees, and that simply comes out to be 9.99 angle of 2.35 degrees. So from here we can say that the power factor angle or the phase angle between voltage and current is simply 2.35 degrees. Current is leading the voltage by some angle, that is 2.35 degree. So since current is leading the voltage, we can say that the power factor is we can say that the power factor is leading in nature, and the value of power factor is simply cos of theta, and that comes out to be 0.99, and it is leading. So using same concepts, try to solve this homework numerical, in which a series RLC circuit is given having resistance 20 ohms, XL 30 ohms, XC 10 ohms, and supply voltage of 200 volts RMS. So try to find out these values and post your answers in the comment box.